Martell's very manipulative. I wish I had have had my children by a man. By a man, not a queen, but a man. The night everything exploded, nobody was ready for what Melody Shari was about to do. Social media was already loud, fans were already arguing, and Love and Marriage Huntsville viewers thought they had seen every possible twist this show could offer. But then a single rumor slipped through the cracks, a whisper so dangerous it stopped people mid-scroll. Melody had tapes, not just receipts, not screenshots, not vague hints, actual recordings. And this time, the rumors weren't just about production manipulation or unfair edits. This time, the whispers went somewhere far more personal, straight into Carlos King's private life. What nobody expected was how deep these alleged tapes were set to go. Fans claimed the recordings didn't just expose behind-the-scenes drama. They allegedly revealed secret relationships, hidden affairs, and conversations Carlos never imagined would leave the room. Suddenly, the man known as the mastermind of reality TV was trending for all the wrong reasons. And the biggest question wasn't just what was on the tapes, it was this: why would Melody wait until now to leak everything? It just reminded me that you can't focus on the noise of the outside world, and unfortunately, a lot of people do. A lot of people focus on the noise, and a lot of people enter the dark space of the noise to benefit them. And when you are a person who lives your life, to understand how the situation reached this breaking point, we have to rewind back before the betrayal, before the tension, before the silence turned into war. When Love and Marriage Huntsville first premiered, it wasn't just another reality TV show. It felt different. It felt real. It centered Black excellence, entrepreneurship, marriage, and friendship in a way viewers hadn't seen before. At the heart of it all stood Melody Shari, confident, outspoken, polished, and emotionally open. There's going to be people who's going to poke you to get a reaction out of you. They're going to make up lies. They're going to just say things to get people to join them in their hatred for you. And you just have to pray for them. And as you pray for them, pray for God to fulfill them with something that they're missing. Because you have to be missing something. You have to have a hole in your heart to spend your time going against people who did nothing to you. From the very beginning, she became the face of the series. Fans connected to her strength, her vulnerability, and the way she held herself even when life started falling apart. Her marriage to Martell Holt unraveled in front of millions. The cheating scandals, the heartbreak, the public humiliation, it all played out on screen. While some women would have disappeared, Melody stood firm. She showed pain without losing dignity, and that made audiences root for her even harder. Behind the camera, Carlos King was the architect making it all happen. Known across the industry as a reality TV genius, he had built a reputation for creating unforgettable moments. Drama was his brand. Conflict was his specialty. At first, Melody and Carlos appeared to be locked in perfect sync. She delivered raw emotion, he shaped the narrative. Together, they built one of OWN's biggest hits. But slowly, something changed. I'm going to keep it all the way real on this podcast today, because I am. Robin admitting that she hid her story from the world on the show that pays you is a slap in the face to everyone involved, including the audience. And the fact that you have the audacity to go on your podcast to reveal this. We spent this entire half-assed season with these made-up storylines about Chris Bassett. And yes, I'm going to say made up because I allegedly was told that a few of the housewives had a meeting before filming about what the storyline was going to be, and that this Chris Bassett stuff was a part of that conversation. I've always said there was something off about this season, and now I know what it is. None of y'all are living your real life. Fans began noticing subtle shifts in how Melody was portrayed. Moments that once highlighted her growth started focusing more on conflict. Conversations felt chopped, scenes felt forced, and suddenly Melody, the woman who carried the show, was being framed as difficult, emotional, even problematic. Meanwhile, others seemed protected, and that's when the whispers began. People started saying Melody wasn't just fighting her ex-husband anymore, she was fighting production. Behind the scenes, sources claimed tension was building between Melody and Carlos. Disagreements about storylines reportedly turned into heated conversations. Melody allegedly felt her pain was being exploited, while others were shielded. But here's the twist. According to online chatter, it wasn't just professional frustration that changed everything. It was what Melody allegedly started discovering off camera. Without him, as long as he continued to change nothing about himself. So Aisha from Bell Collective and her husband stood on business last night. I heard that it has since been deleted, but Aisha is like, look, and I am tickled that she pumped him up with all the good accolades, and then she turned around like, blood, unfortunately, I'm out, baby. The face is priceless. His head can't even come back the other way. He's just staring at the screen. And I'm going to let you guys hear it for yourself, but baby, it's about time. And this should be an example for those who are afraid to walk away because, oh, you're on TV, or who are afraid to walk away because you feel like you failed if you choose yourself. Listen, you have to choose yourself, because if you don't, nobody else would. But listen, y'all, meet me in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Check in. Bye. Pickup letter. No, that's right. We excited about that, and we want to congratulate Carlos, and we want to congratulate the show. Rumors began circulating that Carlos's personal life wasn't as clean as he presented. Whispers floated about secret relationships, private encounters, and conversations that blurred boundaries. At first, fans dismissed it as messy internet talk, until Melody allegedly had proof. People claimed she began recording conversations, not to expose anyone, but to protect herself. In reality TV, perception is everything. One bad edit can destroy your reputation forever, and Melody, having already survived public betrayal once, wasn't about to be painted as the villain again. So she listened, she observed, and allegedly she pressed record. What nobody expected was that those recordings might include conversations referencing alleged affairs, not just rumors, but details that made people uncomfortable. Names, timing, emotional involvement. If the leaks are real, they don't just suggest inappropriate behavior, they paint a picture of double standards. While cast members were criticized for relationship drama, the man controlling the narrative was allegedly hiding his own secrets. And that's when fans started getting angry, because suddenly it wasn't just about Melody anymore, it became about power. Viewers began asking how many storylines were manipulated to distract from what was happening behind the scenes. Was drama being pushed onto women to keep attention away from producers' own actions? And then Melody did something that shook everything. She stopped hinting and started leaking. Not all at once, not recklessly. Small pieces allegedly surfaced online. Audio snippets, quotes people swore they recognized, conversations that sounded too real to be fake. The internet exploded. Some fans believed immediately, others demanded proof. But one thing was undeniable. Melody wasn't speaking randomly. Her tone wasn't emotional chaos. It was calculated calm. That scared people, because when someone who's been silent for too long finally speaks softly, it usually means they're holding something heavy. According to speculation, the tapes allegedly describe multiple affairs, not just random encounters, but ongoing situations that overlapped with filming timelines. That's what truly stunned viewers. If true, it meant moments shown on television may have been carefully shaped to keep attention off certain truths. And that's when the conversation shifted from gossip to accountability. Fans started revisiting old episodes, old interviews, old moments where energy felt strange. Suddenly, things that once seemed small didn't feel accidental anymore. Side comments, awkward reactions, defensive statements, everything looked different. But here's the part nobody saw coming. Some insiders claim Melody didn't plan to leak anything at all until she felt threatened. There are rumors she was warned to stay quiet, that she was encouraged to move forward and stop questioning production, and that's when she allegedly decided enough was enough. Because Melody wasn't just protecting her image, she was protecting her peace. Years of being humiliated publicly already took a toll. Trust issues, emotional exhaustion, pressure from fans, pressure from the network. And when you push someone who has already survived betrayal, they stop begging and start exposing. As the leaks spread, Carlos King remained silent. No denial, no explanation, no clarification, and that silence spoke loudly. Some fans interpreted it as legal caution. Others believed he was scrambling behind the scenes. But the longer he said nothing, the louder the rumors grew. People began asking who else knew. Did the network know? Did other cast members know? Were some people complicit by staying quiet? Suddenly, the show felt less like entertainment and more like a battlefield. Cast members were reportedly uncomfortable. Some avoided interviews. Others posted cryptic messages about truth and timing. Lines were being drawn without anyone saying names. And in the middle of it all stood Melody, calm, controlled, unmoved. She didn't go live screaming. She didn't